Have you ever struggled to find the motivation to tackle a task or achieve a goal? Or wondered why some people seem to have endless motivation while others struggle to get going? Understanding the psychology of motivation can provide answers to these questions and help you unlock your own potential. Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. In today's video, we'll be exploring the fascinating topic of motivation and the psychology behind what drives us. Whether you're looking to achieve a personal goal or understand why others behave the way they do, understanding the psychology of motivation can be a powerful tool. So let's dive in. Section 1. Intrinsic versus extrinsic motivation. The first thing to understand about motivation is the difference between intrinsic and extrinsic motivation. Intrinsic motivation comes from within, and is driven by personal enjoyment or interest in a task. Extrinsic motivation, on the other hand, comes from external factors such as rewards or punishments. We'll explore the pros and cons of each, and why it's important to find a balance between the two. Intrinsic motivation is a powerful force that comes from within, driven by personal enjoyment and interest in a task. This type of motivation is often associated with feelings of autonomy, competence, and relatedness. When we engage in activities that we find enjoyable and meaningful, we experience a sense of satisfaction and fulfillment that goes beyond external rewards. Extrinsic motivation, on the other hand, is driven by external factors such as rewards or punishments. This type of motivation can be effective in the short term, but it can also lead to a number of negative outcomes, such as decreased creativity, lowered self-esteem, and reduced intrinsic motivation. When we rely too heavily on external rewards or punishments, we may begin to see the task as a means to an end rather than something that we enjoy or find meaningful. So, what are the pros and cons of each type of motivation? Intrinsic motivation is associated with a number of positive outcomes, such as increased creativity, improved performance, and greater persistence in the face of obstacles. It is also associated with higher levels of well-being and satisfaction in life. Extrinsic motivation, on the other hand, can be effective in the short term, particularly when the rewards are immediate and tangible. For example, if you are given a bonus for completing a project, you may be more motivated to complete the project quickly and efficiently. However, relying too heavily on extrinsic motivation can also have negative consequences. For example, if you are only motivated by external rewards, you may lose interest in the task once the reward is no longer available. This can lead to a decrease in motivation and a reduction in the quality of your work. Additionally, if the reward is not perceived as fair or appropriate, it can actually decrease motivation and lead to resentment. So, how can we find a balance between intrinsic and extrinsic motivation? One approach is to focus on creating an environment that supports intrinsic motivation while also providing appropriate external rewards. This might involve setting clear goals and expectations, providing opportunities for autonomy and choice, and recognizing and celebrating progress and achievements. By doing so, we can create a culture that values both intrinsic and extrinsic motivation, and supports individuals in achieving their goals in a meaningful and sustainable way. Understanding the difference between intrinsic and extrinsic motivation is essential for anyone interested in motivation and human behavior. While both types of motivation can be effective in certain contexts, finding a balance between the two is key to achieving sustained motivation and long-term success. Section 2. The role of emotions. Another key factor in motivation is the impact of emotions. Positive emotions such as happiness and excitement can be powerful motivators, while negative emotions such as fear and anxiety can be barriers to motivation. We'll discuss how to harness positive emotions and manage negative ones to keep motivation levels high. Emotions play a significant role in our motivation levels, as they can either propel us forward or hold us back. Positive emotions such as joy, excitement, and enthusiasm can provide a natural boost to motivation, helping us feel energized and engaged in the task at hand. When we experience positive emotions, we are more likely to approach tasks with a sense of curiosity and openness, which can lead to higher levels of creativity and innovation. On the other hand, negative emotions such as fear, anxiety, and frustration can be major obstacles to motivation. When we experience negative emotions, our focus tends to narrow and we become more focused on avoiding failure than on achieving success. This can lead to a decrease in motivation, as we may begin to doubt our abilities and question whether we are capable of achieving our goals. So, How can we harness the power of positive emotions and manage negative ones to keep our motivation levels high? One approach is to focus on building positive emotions through activities such as gratitude journaling, meditation, and spending time in nature. By cultivating positive emotions, we can create a sense of momentum that propels us forward, even in the face of challenges and setbacks. Another important strategy is to learn how to manage negative emotions effectively. This might involve developing coping mechanisms such as deep breathing, mindfulness, or cognitive restructuring, which can help us shift our focus away from negative thoughts and emotions and towards more positive ones. It's also important to develop a strong support network, whether that's through friends, family, or professional resources, as having a supportive community can help us navigate difficult emotions and stay motivated even during challenging times. Ultimately, the key to managing emotions in the context of motivation is to develop a sense of self-awareness and mindfulness. By understanding our own emotional responses and learning how to manage them effectively, we can create a sense of internal motivation that is resilient to external circumstances. Whether we're facing a major challenge or simply trying to stay on track with our goals, developing emotional resilience can help us stay motivated and achieve our full potential. Section 3: Social factors. Motivation is also heavily influenced by social factors such as peer pressure, social norms, and cultural expectations. We'll explore how to navigate these influences and stay true to your own goals and values. Humans are social creatures, and our behavior is often shaped by the influence of those around us. This is particularly true when it comes to motivation. Peer pressure, social norms, and cultural expectations can all exert a powerful influence on our motivation levels, either pushing us towards certain goals or discouraging us from pursuing others. One example of this is the phenomenon of social comparison, where individuals compare themselves to others to determine their own success and worth. When we perceive ourselves as falling short in comparison to our peers, it can lead to feelings of inadequacy and decreased motivation. On the other hand, when we perceive ourselves as excelling in comparison to others, it can provide a powerful boost to motivation. Another important social factor is the influence of social norms and cultural expectations. Depending on the culture or social group in which we are embedded, certain goals or behaviors may be seen as more or less desirable. For example, in some cultures, the pursuit of financial success may be highly valued, while in others, the emphasis may be on community or family relationships. Understanding these norms and expectations can help us navigate social influences on our motivation and make choices that align with our personal values. One key strategy for navigating social influences on motivation is to cultivate a strong sense of self-awareness and personal values. By understanding what is truly important to us, we can make choices that are aligned with our goals and values, even in the face of social pressure or expectations. Additionally, building a supportive network of individuals who share our values and goals can provide a source of encouragement and motivation, even in the face of external pressures. Finally, it's important to recognize that social influences on motivation can be both positive and negative. While social pressure or norms may discourage us from pursuing certain goals or behaviors, they can also provide a powerful sense of accountability and support when we are working towards a shared goal with others. By harnessing the positive aspects of social influence while remaining true to our personal values, we can stay motivated and achieve our goals while also building strong, supportive relationships with those around us. Conclusion: so there you have it, the psychology of motivation in a nutshell. Whether you're looking to achieve a personal goal, motivate others, or simply understand why people behave the way they do, understanding the drivers behind motivation can be a powerful tool. We hope you found this video informative and helpful, and as always, thanks for watching.